Hello, Cosmic Fam. It's your girl, Cosmic Jazz Season 2, and today I'm back with another collective message for the Earth signs this time. So, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If you have any planets within those signs, this message is for you. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So, Earth signs, let me just tell you this. You're not going to repeat the same mistakes or the same patterns like your parents did to you or like your family did to you. All right. I'm getting some of y'all have been worried or you've been ruminating or you've been just thinking about what if I end up transferring this to my kids? What if I continue this ongoing traumatic cycle where I can't break out anything, where I'm constantly living out these patterns that are really toxic and unhealthy and I end up hurting somebody? What if, what if, what if? Here's the thing. Because you are actually thinking about that, it's just really telling of how much inner work you've done. The difference between you and between those that came before you, collective, for my earth signs, is you see the pattern and you know it has to stop. And I feel you've done the work to make that stop. Okay, you are actually understanding and seeing the bigger picture. Hey, this thing needs to stop. This cannot go on. And I definitely don't want those that come after me to deal with the same BS I went through in my childhood. That's what I'm definitely getting for you, earth signs. So what's so interesting is I'm listening to some lo-fi music at this moment, and the song that just happens to come on is called The Chosen Ones. So my earth signs, you could be resonating with chosen, 144, that specific number specifically, or being the black sheep of the family. I did channel a song for y'all as well. We have Adam and Eve by Nas, and the theme deals with generational cycles. So I highly suggest for y'all to look up the entire song and listen to it. You might get some more messages, but I'm specifically getting a connection to the story of Adam and Eve. So again, the ancestors that came before us and their wrongdoings and their mistakes that they had to learn from or chose not to learn from. I'm also seeing the snake obviously could be the symbolism of deception and illusions, but I'm also seeing transformation. How can you transform from illusion, from deception? And I'm also seeing the tree of knowledge. How can we gain knowledge from what has been revealed to us? Okay, I'm seeing the tree of knowledge and seeing the forbidden fruit. Maybe I'm getting something about your family biting the forbidden fruit or doing something they weren't supposed to do, and now you're all that trauma is being passed down to you and you're noticing certain patterns and you're breaking out of it. So I'm definitely getting that type of message here. I'm gonna read the song to you though. Journey far, learn who you can be, but you can learn who you are when you're around family. Chip off the shoulders of soldiers on the grizzle. My granddaddy Mac Little married Nanny Little. They passed down wisdom, blessings were given. Pray my sins don't get passed to my children. I made a killing. So you're making sure that if you are someone who wants to have kids or you have kids already, or you're thinking about the next person you interact with, you want to make sure, or you're making sure that you're not passing anything toxic or unhealthy to them. You are the person that is stopping all of that. It all ends with you, earth signs. And I am getting a little bit of resentment though in your energy. It's almost like, how come I had to be the one to do this? How come I had to deal with the BS, especially during my childhood, and no one stood up for me, no one advocated for me? I had to be the one to fight. So I'm definitely getting that type of questioning. I'm seeing the eighth house specifically that deals with traumas, that deals with, ways we transform, but it could be through traumas and wounds. But there's a part of you that gained power from that. I'm also seeing Mars. That's where the anger energy is coming through, Mars, but it's like you taking action on that. And that ends up becoming the source of your power. I'm also seeing Leo being highlighted in Sagittarius. So Leo's all about what brings attention, what brings you attention. Maybe there was this weird instances, especially like in your youth. There was always a focus on how you were the problem, right? There was always this focus on, oh, earth signs always got something to say, or earth signs, they're always acting out. They're always acting out of line. But when people say that, earth signs, it's actually you not stepping out of line, but you are correcting. You're correcting the mistakes. And this can come off as you being disrespectful, but that's not the case. You are doing what those that came before you were supposed to do, and they failed. So now it's almost like you're shouldering the burden. But let me just tell you, the message that wants to come through right now is you will be rewarded, or you are being rewarded. I'm seeing 1212 on the clock currently. So let's get into your card specifically. We have the Seven of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Temperance. When I see this combo, the Seven of Swords can speak of a failure, but this can also speak of some type of illusion or deception being brought up to the surface. So there was definitely a backfiring of a plan here. And the Ten of Cups does deal with family, those you consider family, your community. So I'm definitely getting, collective, my earth signs, you feel like there has been a failure regarding family stability. What it means or what does it look like to have a stable home, a stable family. It's almost like they failed you and you always thought things were unfair and you're always at this disadvantage. But here's the crazy thing, because you are seeing the truth, or you've been seeing the truth and you're changing things up, you're not going to repeat that same mistake. And I'm seeing you establishing a very stable family unit or establishing a stable environment for you and for those that you truly care about. And that's where temperance is coming in. When we look at the original depiction of temperance in the Rider-Waite, it's an angel holding two cups and alchemizing. You are an alchemizer. Okay, an alchemist. I'm not sure if that's the right word. Alchemist. You are an alchemist, earth signs. And it's not easy to have that type of patience. It's not easy to balance two opposite energies, to make something work when it seems impossible. You're able to do that. And you know why? Because you have divine gifts. You have support. Okay, we have the universe, right? And we also got Scorpio, so maybe you got some Scorpio placements. This is all about source, God, the creator, whatever you believe in. Everything's interconnected. The heavens are on your side, and they're working in tandem with you with this tandem card. This is all about coming together, two units coming together, partnerships. And with Fortress, you grew up possibly being very defensive or feeling like you always have to defend yourself. You have to create strong boundaries. But there is a message here about, it's no longer about you being defensive or being on defense, but it's now time for you to come together with people so that you won't have to constantly be in this energy of acting out of your traumas or acting out of generational cycles that basically made you this way. Very defensive, very much, I gotta defend myself. I got to protect what I created because I don't want it to get tarnished by what came before me. That's what I'm getting with you, earth signs. But here's the thing. Right now, I feel like spirit, your spirit team, God, the creator, whatever you believe in, wants you to be open to the blessings that are coming in or the blessings that are even being presented towards you currently. You're not supposed to be alone anymore, earth signs. You're not supposed to be isolated or secluded. Yes, you built a castle or you're in the process of building a castle. You're at the process of climbing up this mountain and you can be at the top of it, which is a big achievement. You are doing everything you can to ensure stability, to ensure you have a strong backbone, and you are determined. You endured a lot. But what's life without partnership? What's life without friendship? What's life without soul family? We're human beings. We're not supposed to be alone forever. And I feel like maybe you've been alone. Maybe you got used to being alone. Now, earth signs, it's time for you to be open. Yeah, I'm seeing you surrounded by a bunch of people, earth signs, and these people are pretty similar to you, or they bring something of value into your life. And this is completely different from what you're used to. And it's time to co-create. You created, you've done it. Earth signs, you've done everything you need to do. And maybe you're still in the process of accomplishing all of that. But be open to those that really want to give to you. I feel like whatever family looks like to you is about to expand in some way. Some of you guys might be having another child. Maybe some of y'all are actually coming to union with your person, whoever you're meant to be with. And this is all divinely orchestrated. So you're not going to repeat the mistakes, earth signs. Do not worry about that. In fact, you're going to create a better life for the next generations or for the next group of people you encounter. So with that being said, I hope that resonated. Bye.